Sneaker-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious sneaker felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Sneaker Unit. These are their stories.
What's good, folks? Once again, it's me, Shalico, Shy Fitness _tattoo art on Instagram and CMDDOS on Twitter or PlayStation Network in case you want to get a game in. Bringing to you another, dope video on some dope kicks. So without further ado, you already know how we do. It's the genie in the box, the genie in the box, the what? The genie in the box. As you can see, this is a cream colored off-white box, if you will. But nonetheless, a Jordan box, as you can see the flight and the Jumpman on it. I was lucky to win a raffle or opportunity, or whatever you want to call it, to get these. So this is the box. You already know. I like to show you the box just in case anybody try to sell you fakes. You know, give you the whole rundown on the box. It's a nice, smooth box. You know what I'm saying? Got the Nike SB right there and the Jumpman. So we got that going on, right? Boy, my hat want to act up, so we're going to leave it just how it is. I don't even care. But yo, yeah, so let me show you what we got in this box. Put that in there. Oh, and let me show you the paper. That's the paper right there. And then inside it has each individual wrapping on each sneaker. Paper. Paper, right? Got all that. You know, once again, the box. The box is nice and smooth on the inside. The whole box is smooth. You know what I'm saying? No extra laces or none of that. No extra laces. What you see is what you get. Bam, let's put that over there. So, as you can see, these are the Nike Air Jordan 4 Retro SB with the SB on it. So the SB collab, right? But as we know, these are Jordan 4s, man. So the box say Air Jordan 4 Retro SP. It don't even say retro. It don't say navy. It don't even say SB. It says SP. So special products, whatever the hell, maybe. So here they go. Boom. They go the toes. Right? Check out the heels. And check out the medial and lateral sides. Medial, lateral side. Medial, lateral side. Like to show y'all that so y'all can see both sides, right? Then here go the tops. Tops of the shoes. Bam. And then there go the bottoms. Right? You already know how I feel about, if you watch my videos, you already know how we feel about gum. Gum soles is like, ooh, classic New York tooling, if you will, right? So they did a collab with SB, Nike SB. This is the second color they dropped. The green, pine green, the first one they dropped. These dropped, I would say about a week ago now, maybe? Something like that. On Sneakers app, because obviously they dropped inside skateboard stores or whatever the case may be beforehand. And they dropped that NBA All-Star weekend as a special, you know, drop, release, whatever you want to call it, out there in San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? Doing NBA All-Star weekend. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, they only come with one pair of laces. Like I said, the normal Air Jordan 4. Got the suede across the front there, the brush suede. So when you brush your finger across it, the nappy suede, right? It changes color. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. So dope, so dope. You know what I'm saying? They did this collab with SB, which SB remodeled the shoe on the inside. And a lot of people saying that they're, even just the way they shape the toe and everything looks better, and it's more true to the OG original from back in the day. And I'm going to show you some of my comparisons because I have a few of my old ones as well. So they put the navy blue as the color. That's why they call it navy. So on the back, they put the SB on it as well for skateboarding, right? So they took out whatever air they had in the forefoot and they made it a cushioning system to where it's, you know, more board feel, if you will. So that way you're closer to the board and you feel more bored, because they want to change this Jordan's basketball sneaker into a skateboarding sneaker. So board feels. That's why they took out whatever air they had in the forefoot and made it that way. But the air is still in the heel, as you can see. Still got air in the heel. I did try them on just to see how they feel. See if I see any difference really in the forefoot. I guess I'll probably really have to walk around in them. But I do feel the cushioning in the ankle collar. Very, very cushioned in the ankle collar, which I must say it feels different in that aspect. I really would have to just wear my regular fours and then wear these and then see the comparison, or put one on one foot, whatever the case may be. But yeah, so let me show you some more details. You know, you still got the flight, the Jumpman on the tongue and the flight, right? You got the upside down Air Jordan on the back of the tongue. Regular stuff, nothing too crazy. This right here, this heel tab, which people say they be digging into their Achilles for the old pairs, which I never really had that issue, but it's very, very flimsy, very, very flimsy. So I guess to get rid of that, you know, what people might have complained about is gone. Same thing with this. This is very, very flimsy and very, very like rubbery, maybe silicone-esque. You know what I'm saying? Got some silicone to it. So it's very, very flimsy. Same thing with these up here. I also noticed too on the cage on the side, it's not attached to the actual netting. So it's like if you squeeze it, you can see that it comes off, like it comes off the material. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but that's some of the things that I noticed that seems different from the other pairs. Of course, the Nike SB on the back is dope. You know what I mean? I was just happy to get a pair, really. Let me show you the insole. See that insole, what they call it? Dream Cell. And it's dark red, right? So these kind of remind me of the True Blue 3s, if you will, which I have. Color blocking wise, obviously the True Blue 3s is a little bit, is lighter than this navy blue, but it's still blue nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're going crazy with the Jordan 4s this year for 2025 because they dropped these. And of course, you know, my other video, the Brick by Bricks, and they drop in supposedly the undefeated 4s this year. They going crazy with it, you know? So, I mean, you obviously, it's hard to keep up with all this stuff. But yeah, these are dope. Like I said, they got more padding in this collar, man. It's very, very, I noticed that was one of the first things I noticed when I put them on is the padding in the collar. It's very, very nice. And as you saw, it was Nike SB on the insole. And you know I got my Knicks gear on because it's playoffs. You already know how I do. It's Knicks all day, baby. So we got that. But I want to do a little contrast and comparison with the other pairs. Like I said, we got the gum sole on the bottom. Of course, we got the herringbone traction as always. Nike on the bottom there as well. That gum sole is just so dope. It pops. A lot of people say the other one, this is, you know, compared to the Pine Greens, the other one, this is lighter than the Pine Greens gum sole or whatever. But I mean, it's beige, gum, whatever. Chew a piece of gum and it turns this color. You know what I'm saying? But we call it gum sole. But like I said, it's only one pair of laces, which is the white that comes with them. Obviously, you can lace swap if you feel like it. Get your own laces and put them in there, red, blue, whatever you want to do. But even the leather feels pretty nice on these as well. But I like the way this suede material here, like I said, is that nice nappy suede. When you brush your finger across it, it changes colors. But these are pretty dope in my opinion. I'm glad I was just able to get a pair, which is always the hard part when you're dealing with these sneakers. So let me show you some of the things that this talk about the silicone or rubbery material feeling more flimsy, it's a good thing, right? But let me show you some of my other comparisons. So, boom, we going back to 2011 right here with those, right? 2011. I know they look brand new, right? Brand spanking new. So one of the big differences we already see is the tongue. See how flat and flimsy this tongue is? Look how thick and brolic this tongue is. Big difference already. And remember I tell you about this? This one's more stiff. It's firmer in comparison to how flimsy this is, right? I remember I tell you about the cage, the netting on the cage. This one, I guess it does it too, where it's not pressed onto the mesh. But I guess maybe these older pairs is closer. But on these, you can obviously see the difference. Like if you squeeze it, it's literally up off the. It's not connected to it that way, so close. And then again, like I tell you, like this material here on the side, it's hard, it's firmer. All of these are more firm in comparison. What else we got? Obviously, these are the ones with the Jumpman on the back. You can see it's a little dirty on the bottom because obviously I wore these before numerous times. These are dope, as always, but I see people going crazy about these again, right? Y'all don't even know what's going on over here, though. Y'all don't even know. Got some things we pulling out over here. We pulling things out over here. So look, like I said, let's go back to when? 2016. 2016. These are still dead stock, actually. 9 years already, right? So crazy how time flies. 2016 right here, in hand, Nike, Air on the back. We ain't gotta get crazy about the new release, all that. People be, I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all be doing with y'all kicks, but I preserve mine. We can see a difference already on the back. Look at that, just the flight patch. The tongue is still flat, just like this one. Even looking at the height, it looks a little higher on that one. The shape of the toe, all these little differences, man. I always try to tell people, you can compare these sneakers from year to year to year and see how they are different. Especially, obviously, if you all get your same size, you're going to see a difference, man. Look at that. Just look at that. The toe, the shape of it. You know what I'm saying? Just the shape of that. A lot of people say this SB really took it back to the regular shape of the OGs. I wouldn't know, because I didn't have them back in '89. I was in existence, but I did not have a pair back then. But yeah, like I said, there's little comparisons like that. I can look at the front of the shoe also. Like from this Jumpman version compared to this, you can see the difference, man. Little differences in just stuff like the cement color. You know what I'm saying? The cement color looks different. The tongue height, the flimsiness or thickness of the tongue. The padding in the collar, like I was talking about. The padding in the collar here is way thinner. This one is a little bit more, obviously it's still dead stock, but it's just a little bit more plush on this pair in comparison to this pair. But now when we get to this pair, I'll tell you, it's mad brolic on the collar. The padding, crazy, right? Obviously we said they retooled things on this one to make it more SB friendly, skateboarding friendly. Like I told you before, the height of the collar on this one is higher than this one. So we coming from 2011 to 2016 to 2025, right? And another thing I want to show y'all about the comparisons. I know this is like a contrast and comparison video, right? Let's go back to, these are the military blue 4s from, what year is these? 2012. And obviously I customized them to be Tiffany. This is one of the things I want to tell you about, that the wing being so firm, it broke. This thing broke up out of here, man. Look at this one. This one's coming out. You know what I'm saying? So this is a custom that I made, obviously. Jumpman on the back, military blue 4s, whatever. You can see the blue on the bottom, Jumpman on the back, right? But these are some of the things that I want to show y'all difference-wise, so y'all can see the difference of how these sneakers over time, they age and what happens to them. And then again, with the cage on the side of these, you can squeeze it again and see that the cage is in comparison to where the netting is, it comes up a little bit. But this one, like I said, comes up easier in comparison to the rest of these. But yeah, man, like I said, I just want to show y'all these so y'all can see the difference. Like, see, even this is nice and firm still. All of these heel tabs are nice and firm. Just even the look. Let me move these over. Let me move at least one of them over. Put this over here. Just even if you look at the shape of the backing, the way it looks around the bottom, it looks different. This one, in comparison, is squarer. This one in comparison is less square. This one's a little bit more curved. This one's a little bit more curved. So all of them is different. This one, the height of this shoe is different from the height of this shoe. This shoe is a little bit more lower in the collar compared to this one, you know? And then it comes up to a peak on the Achilles here, and this one comes up like it's a little bit wider on the Achilles in the back there. So I don't know if you guys can see that when I flip that down. Hopefully you can. And this one is similar to this one in the Achilles. And these are worn, broken in, everything. That's why you can see the little wrinkles in the top, all that bottom dirty. You know what I'm saying? So these got some good wears in them. I can't even front. I got busy in these, right? As far as wearing them, you know? But like I said, these are the things that happen. I can't even wear these no more with the damn wing broke off, you know? So take them off completely. I tried to put them on one day. Well, I was attempting to put them on one day. And I seen it came out, and I was like, oh, those are done. Now, mind you, this is 2013, right? 2013 Military Blue 4s. Dunzo, in my opinion. I mean, I can still wear them, obviously, without it. But if I wear them, I have to take both of them off. But looking at the toe shape as well, you know, little differences here and there, nothing too crazy. But like I said, those are some of the things I want to show. I didn't want to make this video too long at all. But yeah, man, like I say, even the size of the patch on the 2011 is bigger, the patch, the Jumpman patch. But yeah, man, quick video, nothing too crazy. Just wanted to show y'all something. You know what I mean? Still a little few things in the vault. You already know how it goes. We got kicks over here. And I got the black pair to this one and this one. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, y'all. That's pretty much it. Video is coming to an end. So as you already know, follow me on Instagram, SHA_fitness_tattoo art. If you need tattoos, you need artwork, paintings, drawings, anything like that, hit me up on Instagram. And if you need to get some artwork, like I said, tattoos, whatever the case may be, Instagram, hit me up. That's the way to contact me. And that's pretty much it, y'all. Peace.